Welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak 2. We are on the second part of the first act. Which is to say, not that we've done the first part. I decided to leave that till later.
And even acerbic tomatoes. Please check it out.
They have acerbic tomatoes. I was not expecting that. Poor guy. The wait is over, everyone. Welcome to Tryon Mall.
Good news,
I think I'm saying that wrong.
Mishy has finally made his way to Calvert.
Mishy has finally made his way to Calvert? Yay. Now if I could have you crane your necks back and direct your attention to the building just ahead. What you're seeing is one of Edith's most iconic landmarks. Tryon Tower. Unfortunately, we built this glass thing with a lot of pain, so you can't see it as well as you should be able to. Okay, she's just saying the same thing.
Welcome to the Tryon Mall. Here you'll find Tryon Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
My word! So that's the famous Tryon Tower.
A movie theater,
it's even more impressive than the Great Spire. Time to put that new camera we picked up to use. We'll need some pictures to remember this day by.
The hottest new commodity, the T-phone. It's a cutting-edge.
Oh, I see. Both of them are in this conversation.
You won't want to miss it.
Is that true? Because I was trying to talk to him, not her.
Good news, everyone. Mishy has finally made his way to Calvert.
It encompasses both of them. Okay. So we're going into the shop over here. And again, something they did different in this game is the shop has something you haven't purchased yet and you might be interested in. It's in red on the map. Been a little bit cranky about some of the things they've done in the Daybreak games, but that is an improvement I can get behind. Looks like business is booming. This is one of Vern Company's retail locations. No wonder. You can't go anywhere without hearing that name. Naturally, they sell a variety of orbits for home use, but in recent times, they focus their efforts on bringing Xiphas to general consumers. And they do have an Apple Store sort of feel to them, don't they? The all-in-one communication devices found here offer the same specifications, with none of the combat functionality. You can even give them an in-store test run before making a purchase. Elaine, you know a lot about that. Xiphas, huh? Nadia and I use them ourselves. It's impressive how come they've come without the Epson's Foundation's involvement. Feels like they're leaps and bounds ahead on the old Vern versus Rhine for rivalry now. It's kind of bittersweet, though. Call me old school, but I've gotten pretty attached to the Enigma and the Arcus units. Yeah, we never really got to play with the Rammed as much, did we? Oh, there's people over there. Oh, they're from the Institute, I think. Hey, is that who I think it is? Let's go up and get a closer look. Good idea. We might as well stop by and say hello. The stairwell should be just behind that door. We're shopping first.
Welcome to the Tryon Mall.
Welcome. Oh, she's one of the crossers of Cray Village. She wasn't in the village when it was nuked, so that's why she's a quote-unquote survivor. Maybe it's better to say she's a refugee? This is our customer service and Xiphas adjustment counter. Actually, do I know you from somewhere? We're the substitutes Brigans filling in for Van while he's away. He gave us a few notes about people in the city, so we might know a thing or two about you already. Bumped into each other in Crail Village. We lived there for a while about 2 years ago. Oh, that's right. I guess we must have seen each other then. But I was always so busy trying to get Boss Godhard to approve of my work back then. I hardly had time for anything else. Still, he always made sure to cheer me on. And so did Mom and Dad. Sorry, I shouldn't have made everything so gloomy. No, it's all right. We understand. So, they've been to Cry Village. It's been a while now since the explosion. What a horrible tragedy.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here you'll find Treon Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. What'll you have? You'll also find the Vern store,
silver headphones,
theater, boutiques,
covers,
and other various shops to peruse.
Silver headphones. Do I have enough money for those? I do. Evasion plus 7 is a good thing.
Come again.
All right, let's move.
We have more people we can chat to, so let's chat.
Good news,
Welcome.
everyone.
I'm currently providing a look at our newest product, the T-Phone. Please let me know if you have any questions about its functions.
Pay him a visit today and make a wishy.
I can also answer any questions you may have regarding our payment plans. If you're unclear about anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Let's go.
Are those security robots? They don't look like the ones I'm used to seeing.
Those are Robovacs. As I recall, they're newly manufactured by the Vern Company. I hear they're testing them out here at Treon Mall.
This should be a household
All right,
staple.
let's move.
I could make these things do all the cleaning for me.
Well, I do have a remote vacuum cleaner, so they do exist. So why are we talking to you, Myra? The T-Phone's been around since the beginning of the year, but there's still a good amount of buzz about it. Honestly, it sounds really interesting. I'm sure just owning one makes you feel like you're on the cutting edge of progress.
You won't want to miss it.
But I have a feeling the T-Phone might be a little too advanced for me. I mean, I still have trouble getting my washing machine to work. I think it's been about 5 years since,
Good news, everyone. Mishy has finally made his way to
there was that run-in with the Orbital washing machine.
Pay him a visit today and make a wishy.
Well, if you haven't played Cold Steel 1 or 2, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I saw Mishy in front of the Vern store a little while ago. He was introducing the T-Phone. He kept talking about how just owning one will make you popular. Then he said something about it being a high-tech communication device. I guess that looks cool. But if I can't use it to play games, then I'm not really interested.
Welcome to the Treon Mall.
You hold out for your games, kid. It's the right thing to do.
Major landmarks. You'll also find the Vern store.
They look
a
like they're
movie
flip
theater,
phones, don't they?
boutiques, and other various shops to peruse. We didn't have such. Drop by the Vern store if you want to check
My
out
company
the
provided
hottest
us with
economy,
T-phones
the
recently.
T-phone.
Honestly, the tech really surprised me. I mean, it makes everything so convenient. It really makes you realize how far we've come as a society.
You won't want to miss it.
That's why I decided I'm going to buy my own personal T-phone. Although I guess that means my dream of having an expensive car will have to wait. Yep, early adopters of technology,
Good news, everyone.
pay the price,
Mishy
literally.
finally made his way to Calvert.
Why the T-phone? Is it by Vern Company? If it's by Vern, shouldn't it be the V-phone?
Make a wishy with Mishy.
Although the iPhone, it's the iPhone and not the A-phone, so... We can open this door. This door is locked. It appears no unauthorized personnel are allowed. Then why do you have us run up to it? Maybe it'll be important later. Head to the second floor. Grr. Did I not say head to the... Oh, I am on the second floor. Okay. Boy, that was a surprisingly smooth transition. You got a loading screen or anything to indicate you were moving at all? Hi, guys.
Thank you again for putting this detailed analysis together. I'll make sure to pass it along to Professor Schmidt. And thank you too, Your Highness. We greatly value your input as one of our sponsors.
You're quite welcome. Please give the professor my regards.
I have a feeling my father and brother will be just as pleased with the results.
It is her!
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Swin, Nadia, it's been too long.
Is that Toa with her hair up and out of uniform?
Miss Herschel, Professor Hamilton.
It is!
A pleasure to see you again.
Wow, I so didn't recognize her. I was expecting you, Professor Hamilton. I saw your hair.
Ah, Elaine. Good day to you.
That's LaToya Hamilton, one of Epstein's 3 disciples.
So, wait, you already know each other?
Toa!
Elaine and I have known each other for some time now. We met when I was on assignment for NGO work.
That's right. Her assistance at the time was invaluable. I don't believe I've met your other companion, though.
How do you do, Miss Eau Claire? And hello to your friends as well. I am Jida Osval, daughter of Grand Prince Salman of Elsheim. What a blessing it is to meet so many new people today.
The Princess of Elsheim?
You must be Crown Prince Sharid's younger sister. I recall seeing you at the racetrack the other day. It's an honor to formally make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you were there as well? I've heard many a story about Beauty's Blade, but it's nice to finally put a face to the name. My brother has much to thank you Bracers for.
It's really no trouble at all. The Guild appreciates his generous support.
Oh, wow! A real-life princess! What a cutie patootie!
Do me a favor and behave for once.
Okay, I'm going to have to take a brief break here. I will be right back. Just look at the pause screen. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go check on the cats for a minute. There was a mysterious crash. Wasn't anything to be concerned about. Swin and Nadia, was it? It's clear that you're friends of Toa's. But you don't quite seem to be bracers. They aren't. I've temporarily enlisted their help with a request is all. That's right. We just started a new gig and Edith is acting Spriggans. From missing cats to apocalyptic threats, S over here can handle anything. Thanks for overselling it. And don't act like all the work goes to me. Ah, now I understand. You're Arkwright Solutions interim replacements. I must say, the two of you make quite a distinctive pair. My brother has told me all about Arkwright Solutions, and you're filling in for them? How wonderful! Imagine that. I don't think I can do her high-pitched, squeaky voice. Imagine that. I'm a little surprised to see you two in that line of work. Yeah, squeaky voice, hard to do. Sorry, Toa. It fell into our laps, more or less. You think you're surprised? What are you doing all this way from Arabonia, Toa? I did not expect to see you, Toa. Let me guess. Is it the old NGO grind? Yeah. It's one I got to help out with after graduating Thor's. After graduating Thor's, the International Cooperative Organization. Oh, okay, I was misreading that. It's not related to Thor's. It's something she did after she graduated from Thor's. And presumably stopped teaching at Thor's branch campus. I know in the one of the it must have been Cold Steel 4, there was or it might have also been Trials Through Reverie. One of those two had a little brief spiel where she was going off to a class reunion in her fancy dress, but also thinking about what she was going to do with her future and discussing non-governmental organizations. Things are beginning to pick up with them again, and I have some other business to take care of in Calvert anyway. So I made the choice to relocate here at the start of the year. We get Martoa! Oh, how cool is that? Why is she wearing glasses? Oh, that checks out. The ICO, huh? Feels like they keep ramping up their visibility more each year. Yes, their group addresses all sorts of international challenges that local governments can't handle on their own. And there's been an increasing trend of those kinds of issues throughout the country recently. Even here in the capital, Ms. Herschel has been hard at work in more fields of expertise than I can count. It's difficult to believe that her real job is teaching at an Imperial Military Academy. Oh, so are they on break? Is this a leave of absence? Yep, she's one busy bee, all right. Oh, stop it. I don't do much at all, really. But enough about that. Back to this acting Spriggan business. Riveting! It has the air of something out of a movie or novel. I don't mean to impose, but would you mind telling me about the case you're currently working on? Neither of us has a problem with it. Oh, but it's up to our client to decide how hush-hush we have to be. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a few details. So, Edith has been having Arbol network problems? My brother told me all about everything that happened in Basel last year as well. Things weren't bad enough to be an actual problem yet, but it's sketchy all the same. Did you happen to have any insight, Professor? As a matter of fact, I received a brief report about this courtesy of the Verne Company. Unfortunately, there isn't much I can add at this stage. But at the very least, I am confident that you're on the right track. Nice! You got the prof's stamp of approval. Even the smallest crack can eventually grow into a chasm. Our lack of foresight with these nuclear devices last year led to tragedy. And what we're seeing now may be only the early signs of something similar. All this to say, I appreciate your investigating the matter. Of course, if there's even a hint of a malicious agenda behind this, we'll root it out and nip it in the bud. Spoken like a true bracer. Maybe my hearing's going, but that didn't sound like the royal we to me. I'm sure Elaine can manage, but we'll be counting on you two to help her get to the bottom of this. Would that I could offer more than well wishes. Still, I look forward to hearing the tales of your exploits. And if there's anything at all we can do to help, don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you, Professor. We'll just excuse ourselves then. See you later! Brief pause. Cat brought me something to throw. I'm investigating it. This is a piece of plastic. I don't think you should be playing with it, Luna, so I am confiscating it. How about I throw this cat toy instead? See? Go get it. He's like, but that wasn't the thing I brought you. Oh well, back to the game. Sorry, guys. Anything else to say? We do your best out there, okay? We will. I'm here to help too, so don't be afraid to reach out. And I must admit, these Arbol network disruptions are a point of concern. Nevertheless, I'm certain you can substitute I'm certain you substitute Spriggans will manage to uncover another angle of approach. Best of luck.
Good news,
Your
everyone.
investigation
Mishy
in the
has
matter is
finally
much
made his way to
appreciated.
Calvert.
Your Highness,
Pay him a visit today and
these
make a
herbal
wishy
network
with
issues have an
Mishy.
unmistakable stench of foul play about them. But while your investigation has me curious, prying into things will only make me a hindrance. So instead, I shall wait with bated breath to hear the tales of your exploits. So can I go downstairs?
Welcome to the Treon
Still
Hall.
locked. Okay.
Here you'll find Treon Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Vern store,
to the first floor.
a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to
Oh,
peruse.
that was interesting.
Visit the
New
new
towers
Liberal
in
Boutique.
town, and
I think we've hit up all the spots worth visiting.
Then I suggest we head for the tower.
but there's a place I need to shop at across the way. Let's look over there first.
They have everything from the latest ZCF products to expensive wines and even
Looking
acerbic
to see if
tomatoes.
anyone to
Please
talk
check it
to.
out.
This looks like a clothing store. Hello, sir. Hello. Welcome to R&M.
Good news, everyone.
Well, wow.
Mishy has
It's not
finally
often I
made
get
his
the
way to
pleasure of
Calvert.
greeting such fashionable patrons. Your outfits are all quite striking, not to mention well-balanced color-wise. Yet they also seem practical for moving around. Very astute observations. And here I thought you were going to be some smarmy store clerk, but you're actually pretty darn shrewd. I should take a page out of your book and compliment my outfit. I mean, come on. It's both stylish and sexy. I don't know about that last part.
Here you'll find
Oh, Mimi! Is that how you treat a lady? These two never fail to amuse me.
Store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
This store was the flagship location for our
By the
company's
Vern store,
expansion
you wanna
into
check out the
Calvert.
hottest new commodity, the T-phone.
When my team and I rose to that challenge, we opted to abandon our previous approach of durable apparel that's made to last. In their place, we offered clothing consumers could afford to replace in order to keep pace with shifting trends. Adopting that tactic paid off in spades, especially given how susceptible metropolitan areas like these are to short-lived fads. Our plan is to keep up this momentum and continue blazing trails in the world of fashion.
Pay him a visit today and make a wishy
Anything of
with
interest?
Mishy.
Ooh. Arch resistance down now. And some footwear. I don't know. We got pretty
I
clobbered
hope
by
you
arts
found
last
everything
time.
to
I
your
don't know if I
liking.
want to
Treon Mall. Here you'll
do
find
too much
Treon
about that.
Tower, one of Edith's
Jimmy, hello.
major landmarks.
So this is the apparel store everyone's raving about.
Vern store, a movie
Ugh,
theater,
it's gotta be
boutiques,
so.
and other various shops
Let's
to
see. I
peruse.
can't take it. We don't have anything like this out in the country.
Visit the new
But I'm here in the city now.
which just
So
opened
whether I
this
like it
year
or not,
to sample
I have to
new
change.
imported goods from the Liberal
And then I'm going to ask that girl out. Live the dream, Jimmy.
Everything from the
There's someone to talk to over
ZCF
here.
products to expensive wines and even acerbic tomatoes. Please check
Oh,
it out.
over there. Over there. Melody, hi. Maybe I'll sit in on a movie today. The poster design might make a good reference point, too.
Good news,
Um,
everyone.
that probably sounds
Mishy
weird
has
without
finally made his
context,
way
huh?
to Calvert.
I'm a freelance advertising designer. Oh, honey, I've been
Pay
there.
him a
I feel
visit
your
today
pain.
And make a wishy with Mishy.
Just recently, one of my clients told me my concepts were outdated and lacked personality. So I figured coming to the mall and seeing what's popular might spark some inspiration for my work. Here's hoping something points me in the right direction. Oh, there's a couple of people wearing Do I know you too? No,
We
I
have
don't think I
merchandise for the
do.
movie on sale at the shop.
3-point heat was incredible. So are
Why
you.
not buy a souvenir
Oh no,
to
one of those
remember your
words I can't
visit?
pronounce. Shignan. You're practically a walking movie encyclopedia. Actually, this was my first time watching it too. Thanks for inviting me, by the way. Not at all. We're fellow
Thank you for your visit today.
first years striving to liven up the school festival.
The showing on screen
It's
today
vital
will
that we
soon
get to know
begin.
each other. Next time we should
If you have a
ask
ticket,
Odette
please
and
proceed to
Agnes
the
to come
entrance.
with us. Sure thing. Which one's which? Thelma? The one with her hair up?
Let's go.
Okay.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
I loved Golden Blood so much that I came back to see it
Why not
over
buy
and
a
over
souvenir
again.
to remember your visit?
Eventually, the routine set in, and now I just come to this multiplex out of pure habit. Right now, there's 2 new movies that pique my interest. One starred Judy Lannister and the other Nina Finlay. What should I
Thank you
start
for your
with,
visit
though?
today.
Choices. Can we see a
The
movie
showing
while
on
we're here?
screen 1 will soon begin.
That movie was kick-ass!
Please silence your phones and enjoy the
Mine
film.
for the cat. Can't talk to her. We're only here because the theater in Tyrell is closed. Still, look how cool and
We have
fancy this
merchandise
place
for the
is.
movie on sale at the shop.
It doesn't have the same old-timeyness as its spirit,
Why not buy a souvenir
but I wouldn't
to
mind
remember
switching
your
between
visit?
them once in a while. Some of the movie's Stardust shows are different, too. Maybe we can visit whenever there's one I want to see. If we ever get to leave, anyway. My mom has been in the bathroom forever, same as always.
Thank you for your visit today.
Can we actually see
The
a
showing
movie?
on screen 1 will soon begin.
Welcome to Stardust Cinema. We operate as a
Please silence
cinema
your phones
complex.
and
In
enjoy
other
the film.
words, we're a type of movie theater. We have a wide variety of screens and movies available for viewing. Whether it's a celebrated classic or one of the latest blockbusters, you'll be sure to
We have
find it here.
merchandise for the movie
Please
on
enjoy
sale at the
yourselves.
shop. Why not
We
buy
can watch a
souvenir
movie.
to remember your visit?
You can watch a variety of films in any movie theater you come across.
Step right up!
Welcome to Stardust Cinema. Thank you for choosing us today.
Thank you for your visit today.
What's playing right now?
The showing
Obviously,
on screen
this
1 will soon begin.
Gig is not so urgent we need to go to the tower right this second.
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Rockford Golden
We have
Kilometer.
merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
Sure, we'll go ahead and do that
Why
one.
not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
The trio made their way into the theater, having decided to watch a movie during their work break. Looking in the background, these theaters often have people in the background that you talk to afterwards. The indelible Rita Rockford is an archaeologist and a skilled treasure hunter. Her next quest is to find the golden staff of Shala, a relic that caused disastrous calamity in bygone ages. She travels to ruins in the far reaches of the continent, where she meets and rescues an indigenous girl, Asha. Her kidnappers are after the golden staff, and they require her blood to retrieve it. Rita and Asha band together and infiltrate the depths of the ruin to steal the staff from right under their noses. However, their efforts are thwarted by the dastardly Willard, an old family rival from her father's time. Willard is the ringleader of an illegal excavation group known as Legendary Dawn. He takes Asha hostage and tells Rita to hand over the treasure in exchange for her life. Rita readily complies, and Willard, now in possession of the treasure, loses himself in ecstasy. But then the ruins begin to collapse and shake around him, causing the staff to slip out of his hands. Willard chases the staff as it rolls across the ground, and in that moment, Rita sees an opening.
taking that!
Hand over the staff. Or would you prefer I put a bullet in this poor girl's head?
No! Please! Don't do it, Rita!
Fine. Put the gun down, and I'll toss you the staff.
A wise decision. It's lighter than before. No, it's a fake!
And you call yourself my father's rival. Shame you don't have his eye for antiquities.
Huh? You're giving this to me? Really? Are you sure?
Of course. I promised I'd protect it for you, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. And a promise is a promise. Thank you so much, Rita.
Damn you, Rita Rockford. Damn you! I'll remember this until the day I die. And before that happens, I will have my revenge!
Keep dreaming. You'll never get your hands on these treasures because I'll always be there to protect them. Or my name isn't Rita Rockford.
Nice job, Judith. Wowie! The treasure hunting life sounds awesome! You get heart-pounding thrills and free gold and treasures! I figures you'd fixate on that part. What caught my eye, though, was the lead actress. Her name is Judith Lanster, although I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. She's well known even among non-moviegoers. Knowing the two of you, I assume you worked out the other name she goes by? Yes? I'm sure it was in the notes. Whatever could you mean? I don't know anything about a cat lady who's going around disturbing the peace. It hasn't been long since we arrived in Calvert, but I suppose we could read about it more in the papers. It's all right. I don't really feel like going into all that much detail about it right now. Man's office is getting livelier all the time. He'll have his work cut out for him when he gets back. Oh, right. I forgot they sell brochures for the films here. Perhaps I should buy one for Van. They aren't showing this movie outside of Edith yet, after all. It was the right choice, then. Having finished their break, the three of them resumed their work. Well, glad I went in here, even though it didn't have an exclamation mark indicating there was something to do there. Okay. Deep breath. We will continue the story now. Sounds like Mishy's show has drawn in another full crowd today. I work security base here at Fryon Tower, so sadly watching it up close is out of the question for me. It's fine, though. Hearing the cheers and merrymaking from here is the secondhand fun, all the secondhand fun I need. Are you done sightseeing around the tower? Yep, we're good. Yeah, we've had our fill. So, now that we've taken a turn around Trion Mall, what are your thoughts? It's got a good vibe for people our age, and there's plenty of family-friendly spots, too. Plus, it'd make a halfway decent date spot. I give it 4 stars. She wasn't asking for a review. Did you already forget while we're here? Who, me? No way. My clue radar just never went off, that's all. I kept an eye on myself, but I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary either. What about you, Swin? Same as you. Nothing special. see. It just leaves the tower itself, then. As much as I'd like to be all, woohoo, let's go, this is the part where we have to start taking things seriously, huh? The observation deck is open to the general public, but any orbital network facilities will be located elsewhere. I should be able to get us permission to investigate on that front, but we may want to see what the staff can tell us first. Makes sense to me. Break a leg, Blade Lady. We'll be waiting right here for you. You aren't coming? Talking things out will probably go a lot smoother without us. Trust me, we'd only get in your way. Well, all right. Make yourselves comfortable, then. I'll go speak with the relative employees and circle back. They noticed something. Alone at last. You know what that means, S. Time for a dating montage. Well, let's take a rain check on that. Something else I'm curious about. Oh, just curious about the security bots. Hey, there you are. Welcome back. You're by yourself? Where's Swin? I sent him on a little errand, but he should be back real soon. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, S. That was quick. Find anything out? Unfortunately not. I spoke with security, but no one saw any suspicious persons enter or leave the building. Communications facilities and equipment aren't much different. Nothing unusual has been reported at all during their periodic inspections. So we're fresh out of leads. On the surface, yes. But that may change if we can examine the main control systems directly. That's why I took the liberty of getting us clearance. This is your area of expertise, right, Nadia? You really do your homework, huh? But you know, there is one other thing we can try. There is? You all done, Nadia? Just about. The comparison results should be popping up any second now. Results for what exactly? Operation RoboVac Trackdown. I beg your pardon. I'm just speechless right now. Probably. I'm with you, Elaine. I have no idea. I think you've tried her patience just enough. Give it to her straight already. Fine. First, let me redirect your attention to one of the many mecha janitors roaming around us. At the risk of repeating myself, those automated cleaning machines operate exclusively in the 3rd District. They were brought in on trial basis by Valis Investment Bank, one of Trion Tower's biggest sponsors. Right, but we reached out to Toa, who got in touch with Professor Hamilton, and she gave us the RoboVac spec sheets, plus the source code for their main systems. Just goes to show, connections are everything. I'm surprised Professor Hamilton would authorize that. It turns out her offering help wasn't just to be polite. Yeah, sweet old ladies like her are the best. So now we just use that data to analyze the RoboVac's behavioral routines, adjust for the area's cartographical information, along with the active unit count and time frame, and presto, a complete map of every RoboVac's pathing route. I didn't even realize that was possible. Well, only because we had all the other parameters first. Besides, these calculations tell us where they're supposed to go, not where they actually went. That's where S came in clutch. I went around attaching transmitters to any Robovacs that were nearby. Obviously, there was no way I could get every single one. But luckily for us, they can detect and coordinate with any friends of theirs nearby. So as long as enough units are being tracked, we can get a bead on pretty much all of them. Now, if I take the expecting routes from earlier and cross-reference them with the ones on record, would you look at that? Some of them don't line up. Meaning, they were hacked. Bingo! There are security checks for people going in and out of Treon Tower. They have no reason to suspect a cleaning machine they themselves are using. That makes a Robovac a safe and reliable means of getting close to the tower's control systems. As for why nothing turned up in their inspections, the virus used to infect the network is probably self-destructing. In other words, after it does its thing, it removes any trace that it was ever there. Then, after the inspections are over, they hack a different robot and the cycle starts all over again. That way, they could exploit part of Treon Tower's control systems to commit their cybercrimes with no one the wiser. Huh. Pieces do seem to align. I have to say, I'm impressed you were able to put all this together, Nadia. This one deserves some credit as well for noticing something was off the Robovacs in the first place. You could tell it was me? You call us impressive. Yeah, you're pretty quick on the uptake. They wouldn't have made me A rank otherwise. Would you mind walking me through your thought process? Well, if you really want to know, it tipped me off as a strange way some of the Robovacs were behaving. The routes they were taking felt less than optimal from a cleaning perspective. It was like they were trying to avoid being spotted, or keep a low profile in the case they couldn't. As someone who's used to staying under the radar, I didn't pick up on that kind of thing. So I see. Incidentally, have you two ever given any thoughts to becoming bracers? Is that an invitation? It is. The guild is always short-staffed. Our branch in Edith is especially in need now that V's returned to Erebonia. And you wouldn't be the first people with a complicated past to register with us. Surprisingly common, in fact. Yes, it is. Well, as tempting as that offer sounds, no way, Jose. The guild burns their members out like a box of matches. And don't get me started on your working hours. I need to save all that room in my planner for back-to-back siestas. Yep, a lazy life of leisure is the only one for me. Not all the money you were going to get from C, quotation marks, was going to put you on a path to early retirement. Or is that why you guys split up? He suddenly couldn't access his funds? Well, he's kind of supposed to be dead after all. I can see why that might be a hindrance. And there's your answer. Well, no shame in trying. Oh, I spy something on the move. Another Robovac strayed off its expected route. Can you say, hacked? It just went into the tower through the back door. Probably to launch another viral attack. Then we better launch an attack of our own. Right. Catching up to it should give us a clue as to who's responsible for this. It's headed through the observation deck. Onward and upward. We're gonna have to track this. Treon Tower observation deck. There's the observation deck. Too bad we can't just kick our feet up. The Robovac should be past this door here. Looks like it went to the control room at the top of the stairs. Let's move in then. I've already received permission from security. Right.
Wrong way.
First. Ah, they're not letting me go sideways and talk to people. So, I guess, but first, we do our job. Climb the stairs and enter the control room. Well, you won't let me do anything if I stay here or so. Over there. R2 Jr. is alarmed. I think it noticed us. We're blocking the only exit. There's nowhere to run. Shoot, it's going to ram itself into the servers and corrupt the data. Not on my watch. You slashed it out its legs faster than I could say, holy moly. I barely even had time to blink. Less gawking, more investigating. The culprit is bound to have realized what happened by now. Got it. What the? I think we're out of luck. What? How? The hacking program's already started the auto-deletion process. Without better hardware, I won't have time to trace the signal back to the perp. At this rate, every last bit of data is going to get wiped. I was afraid of that. Oh, this sucks. Everything past this point is out of my depth. If Rin were here, she'd know what to do. We could send for more personnel and better equipment, but it'd be too little, too late. We finally found a lead, and it's slipping right through our fingers.
It appears you're in something of a fix.
Professor Hamilton! Toa! What are all you doing here? It was at Her Highness's suggestion, actually. You see, I was simply beside myself with curiosity after learning what you were up to. Your call earlier suggested that you'd found some sort of clue in those cleaning robots. And since the network outages you're investigating are taking place throughout the city, it stood to reason you would head to the control room of this tower where Edith's ordered orbital traffic comes through. You act like it's no big deal, but that's some top-tier sleuthing there. Suspicious, even. In any event, it would seem we made the right choice in coming. Nadia, why don't you try hacking from your end? Huh? But It'll be fine, dear. Go right ahead. Oh, no. What do I do now? We don't have Mir. It'll be tough going if you jump in unprepared. So allow me to lend you this. Oh, how adorable. What a peculiar Where have I seen that before? Why are you even asking yourself that, Elaine? You know where you've seen that before. While this avatar is borrowed, it contains hacking tools made specifically for orbital network environments. It should be more than manageable for someone of your ability. Ooh, color me impressed. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, I have to remember how to do this. I haven't done this in a while.
Error. Reattempting infiltration. Error.
Oh, I can't let them touch me.
Reattempting infiltration. Expanding search field.
It is really sluggish. something on my tail, and it's really sluggish.
Expanding search field.
Tracking traps. Occasionally you have the opportunity to set traps for the defense units. Okay.
Analyzing code. Error.
Oh darn, I got you.
Reattempting infiltration.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Expanding search field. Warning. Time limit approaching.
No kidding.
Expanding search field.
Interrupt.
Error. Reattempting infiltration.
Can I try it again, like with the swimming? Try again.
Expanding search field.
There's something coming this way and this way.
Analyzing code. Security clear.
Final Fantasy X came in handy there, doing errands.
Expanding
S-Graphs.
search field. Code under analysis.
Shoot.
Code under analysis. Security clear. Mission accomplished.
Oh. That was a lot of work for one SP. Got him! Mission complete. Managed to trace the signal back? All in a day's work for yours truly. Though I couldn't have done it without that cute little Abby and its tools. Thanks a bundle, Prof. Oh, I'm just glad it worked out in the end. So now you know where the culprit is, right? Oh, sorry, Toa. I gave you the old lady voice. Which is surprisingly easy for me to do. Yep, there were several layers of dummy data that threw me off, but I made it through eventually. The coordinates of whatever's been hacking the RoboVax and who's been messing with Edith's orbital network are right here. Where's here exactly? It appears to be just shy of the city's unofficial 13th district, otherwise known as the Blacklight District. Thinking back, this reminds me of something Zin mentioned. Supposedly, there's a desolate corner of that district where the air is so stagnant that even its residents rarely step foot inside. They call it the Condemned Sector. Yeah, that's fishy with a capital F. I mean, what better place to hole up if you're looking to get something evil-doing done? We'll just have to go down there and see what we find. I'm afraid the rest of us won't be of much help from here. But I have faith that the three of you will be able to handle things just fine. Take care, everyone. Be safe, okay? We will. Thank you again for your assistance. See you around, Toa. If you're staying in Edith, it's only a matter of time before we run into each other again. Sorry to interrupt. But would you mind if I accompanied you to this condemned sector? Oh my gosh, don't you have bodyguards or something, ma'am? I don't think that's a good idea. But Sherrod has told me so much of his first-hand experiences with Arkwright Solutions escapades. If you're substituting for them, it only follows that I should take the place of my brother. Or you can really see the stretch marks on that logic, Sita. Would that not be the natural course of things? That's a pretty big stretch. Not to mention, when I see the two of you interact, it feels as though I'm among old friends. What I mean to say is, you're the spitting image of the protagonist in my favorite book series. Your favorite book series? Yes, it follows a young assassin and the girl he calls his partner in their quest to defy fate. I highly recommend it. Huh. Well, I understand how you feel, Your Highness. I'm afraid I can't allow this. The Blacklight District is lawless, as is, to say nothing of the condemned sector. We have no way of predicting what dangers might be lying in wait down there. I thought as much. It's disappointing to be certain, but I won't protest any further. I'll just sneak behind you. Even if I had a bodyguard, there's no denying that I would only get in your way. Why do you not have a bodyguard? Your brother has a bodyguard. Is only the direct heir to the throne allowed a bodyguard? Would that I could have borrowed Naj from my brother beforehand. Then it'd be a different story. Anyway, just leave it to us for now. I'll tell you all about our daring do next time we meet up. Okay? I'll be waiting with bated breath. May Arusha's protection be with you. Hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk's support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the garden, so check it out when you get a chance, okay? I'm good with not checking it out, thanks. A second floor has been added to the garden. Oh, I still have something to do here. I wonder what. Hello everyone, welcome to Treon Tower's observation deck. You can use our telescopes to view Edith in all its splendor, free of cost.
What a view!
Look at all those teeny tiny people down there. They're like ants beneath our feet.
And the award for least intimidating villain laugh goes to...
Wisdom? Okay, wisdom.
Treon Tower's observation deck stands 215 art above ground level, providing a panoramic view of the entire castle.
Ah, why must the lights outside glitter so brightly? No, cast your mind elsewhere, Julieta. You must keep that longing for freedom buried deep within. This tower has neither entrances nor exits, but that doesn't deter my prince from showing up below my window. That alone fills me with so much joy. I'll let down my long locks and lift him up. My prince, please, come hither. Don't think this is that kind of tower. And last I checked, there was an entrance and exit. Quit being such a wet blanket and let the girl play pretend. Anyway, she's really getting into the role, huh? She might be better at acting than you, ass. Shut it. The condemned sector sounds really dangerous. I'm sure you'll be okay as long as Elaine's with you, but do try to be careful. It's clear that the culprit is adept at hacking. I hope the three of you will stay safe out there. Good luck. I'm a little sad I wasn't able to see you in action. But I'll be alright, so long as you tell me all about it after you complete your investigation. Head to Treon Mall. Yes, please. Actually, whatever the green thing is, indicating another quest, it's not on the observation desk, so let's head to the mall. What, no elevator ride? Oh. Oh, it's over in the corner. Oh. There's a bulletin board.
Let's see here.
There's a 4 SPG on the bulletin board. 4 Spriggan. T-Phone Frog. Someone approached me at the Treon Mall a few weeks ago and asked if I was interested in buying a super cheap T-Phone. But I found out it was all a scam. Okay, let's find Ned and do this. Ned is right here, waiting for us. Are you Ned? We saw your 4 SPG. Oh, then you must be the Spriggan I've been hearing about. That's right, although we're actually just filling in for the real one for a bit. Huh. I must be honest, I was expecting someone a little more shady looking. Glad you're not, though. But you... Have I seen you somewhere before, miss? Don't mind me. I'm not actually a Spriggan. I just lend them a hand every now and then. Anyway, would you mind explaining your request in a little more detail? Oh yeah, sorry. Let me explain. I guess to put it simply, I was swindled out of Mira. Some guys came up to me saying they had cheap T-phones on sales with just a few stipulations. T-phones? Those are the consumer-grade versions of Zyphas, right? Didn't they start selling them this year? That's right. They've been all the rage since they went on sale. It's supposed to be a top-of-the-line gadget. Until now, mobile terminals have been only available to people like government officials, or people in the guild or the military. But now, even your average Joe can get one. It's like we've stepped into a whole new era. The T-phone is like a status symbol. If you manage to bag one, the whole world will know how classy you are. You sure are passionate about them. Guys get psyched up about the weirdest things. Well, anyway, that's why I was so excited to head to the Vern store to pick one up. But a single T-phone is pretty expensive. They're like 20,000 Mira. It's way out of my price range. So I was starting to feel pretty bummed. Then, when I left the store, these 2 guys approached me. They showed me flyers for cheap T-phones and said they could hook me up with one for 5,000 with only a few stipulations. When I asked if they could tell me more, they took me to a nearby cafe to talk. So someone came along at just the right time and talked you into what you thought was a good deal. But what were these stipulations you mentioned? Well, the first thing they said was that even though these cheaper T-phones were official products, they got them from a problematic source. They were supposed to be distributed to the members of some institution, but these guys ended up getting them on the down low. On the down low? So what you're saying is that they were sold illegally. Sounds like a deep-seated issue if that's the case. Yeah, but beside that, they told me not to worry because it was all a gray area. But if it did happen to get out to the police or the guild, they would have to stop selling them. So they told me to keep the truth between us. They also told me if it happened to break on me, I couldn't take it to an official dealer. Those were the 2 main stipulations they had. They wanted me to sign a contract and everything. I see. There really was a gray area. I think they'd be a little less hush-hush about it. Definitely sounds suspicious. I'm guessing you ended up signing anyway? Yeah, I was told they only had a limited supply and they were on a first-come, first-served basis. I panicked, you know? The real problem is what happened next. I didn't mind getting the illicit goods, it's that they didn't work properly. The T-phone they sold me won't even work. It's a complete piece of junk. It doesn't have the camera functionality it's supposed to, and I can't even get a call to connect properly. Ah, I see. The very model of a scam. I mean, I do feel a little sorry for you, but you kind of brought this on yourself. So, what do you want us to do about these scam artists? thought of them getting away with this while I wallow in despair is a big bruise to my ego. And while I do want them to get raked over the coals, I really just want you to get all my marrow back. I think you get both of your wishes if you reported this to the police. And yet you decided to put out a 4 SPG request instead. I know what you're trying to say. I get that it's selfish of me. Here I am, wanting to get them back for swindling me, yet I'm not willing to accept the consequences of my own mistakes. Yeah, pretty much. I don't see why it'd be such a big deal. Everyone looks out for number one in the end, right? Except for me, because I always put S first, no matter what. Oh, wait, though. Now that we've added a certain doll to the rankings... Oh, brother. Let's not bring Lapis into this. Getting back to the matter at hand, this certainly sounds like a request that leans more towards the edge of the law. So, what would the substitute Spriggans like to do about it? I'll take it. I don't mind taking the job, but what to do? I'll take it. Why even ask? Taking it. Alright, I understand. We'll take the case. But as far as giving them grief goes, that'll depend on their response to us. You mean it? Oh, thank you. Well, with that settled, I guess I'd better drum up what little motivation I have. So, do you still have the flyer that you said they gave you? Get the T-phone at least. Here, you probably need it. I wish I had the flyer, but I actually ended up throwing it away. Well, first thing to do is gather some intel on these guys. Right. We don't seem to be in the area right now, so we should be able to walk around without worrying we'll scare them off. In that case, why don't we head to the Vern store and see if anyone's seen a pair of scammers around? Maybe we should check in with some of the neighboring shops, too. Make sure these guys aren't selling brand name knockoffs of other products, right? Yeah, exactly. You're so smart-ass. It's important that we get a good idea of how widespread their operation is first. Although it's likely they're not doing this with anything other than T-phones. We're worried about other potential knockoffs. The Liberal boutique seems like it'd be a likely target. After all, they're said to stock a famous wine from Liberal, the Grand Chardonnay. A single bottle can get pretty expensive depending on the year. Oh, is that the wine that a certain bard went to prison over in the first game? Oh, that's hysterical. I see. Guess we'd better get started then. It's probably for the best that we don't tell people we're investigating swindlers, though. Don't want to cause unnecessary panic. Let's just stick to asking if they know anything about cheap T-phones. Alright, I'll wait around outside the mall till you guys reach out. Don't want to run the risk of running into them again, you know? Sure. We'll let you know what we find.
Let's start this 4 SPG, shall we?
This stuff is cutting edge.
We were talking to people at the store, it looks like. So, let's go over here.
God.
I had this problem in the first game. Like I'm trying to walk through windows.
Welcome. Here you'll find Treon
That in real life, I'd be pretty badly hurt.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques,
Do you have a
and
moment?
shops to peruse.
This lady seems really taken in by this stuff. Guess she's really into Arbol hardware. I bet she knows something. Excuse me, miss. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Nadia and the others told the lady about their investigation into heavily discounted T-phones. Maybe she means the ones that were on that paper, Mom. Oh, you mean the flyer we got after we left the Vern store? These two men came up out of nowhere and started trying to sell us on something. You got a flyer? Is there a chance you still have it on you? No, I tore it off after copying their info down. They kept going on and on about how there was a reason they were able to get their T-phones so cheap. I thought it was a little too suspicious. I refused their offer before they could explain any further. It's too bad about the flyer. That's probably the smart thing to do. Is there anything else you can remember about them? Now that you mention that, they did seem a bit worried about something when we left. Something about not meeting today's quota and her being upset with them? Quota and her, huh? This could be useful information. So we have two men passing out flyers and trying to talk people into buying these T-phones. Some authority figure they refer to as her. Thank you both. You've been a great help. It was no problem at all. I hope you all find what you're looking for. Let's keep asking around and see if we can learn anything else. Why are you guys looking right at the camera like that? It's a little creepy. Yeah, next stop, here we come. And I always walk through a window like that. Oh, wait.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here
Ah, okay, let's talk to her.
one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also
Sylvia, if
find
she had
a
any work
store, a
connections.
movie theater, boutiques,
What?
and other
I never
various
thought I'd
shops.
end up in a place like this. I need to make sure I work hard while I'm here.
Drop by
Not
the
only to
store if
polish
you
my
wanna check
skills,
out the hottest
but
new
to repay
product,
her for the
the
favor.
T-phone.
One sec.
Cutting-edge piece of portable tech.
This lady seemed a little easier to approach than some of the other clerks. You got a moment, do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Swinning the other told her about their investigation into heavily discounted T-phones. Cheap T-phones? Sorry, I haven't heard anything about that. I've never really heard of any of the other employees mentioned it either, so I doubt they know anything. We have a pretty good view of the area for the shop, too, but I've never seen anyone putting up flyers or anything like that. You don't say. Sounds like they're being extra careful so they don't get caught. That means they're not amateurs. What about T-phones that don't work? Heard anything about that? Oh, I actually have heard of that recently. That's a bit concerning. Would you care to elaborate? Well, I guess it's not really that big a deal. For most people, the T-phone is their first mobile terminal. A lot of them can't figure out how to use them correctly or have trouble adjusting their settings. They'll come in and say it's broken. Most of the time, they just need a little walkthrough on how to use it. Then they're on their way. Even if their T-phone was actually broken, we'd be able to repair it here in the store. I see. In that case, would you mind taking a look at this T-phone for us? Of course, let's have a look-see. What is going on with this thing? Did you find out what's causing the problem? Well, this is actually the first time I've ever seen anything like this. The outer frame is the same as any other T-frame. The insides are totally different. It's not a T-phone or a Cypher at all. It's an enigma! Looks like it's had all of its combat functions removed. All that's left are the communication functions. An enigma? I haven't heard that name in a while. I remember them being pretty mainstream 5 or so years ago. Oh, how times have changed. Even it does have communication functions. There's no doubt it'd be difficult for it to connect to today's orbital network. And since it doesn't have the camera functionality, it's practically nothing compared to an actual T-phone. My client said something similar, too, that this T-phone was a piece of junk. The Enigma being such an outdated model, they're probably selling for cheap on the black market. So they dressed them up to look like T-phones and started selling them at a lower price. I don't think I quite understand what's going on, but it definitely sounds like bad news. I should probably go report this to my manager. Actually, sorry to ask this of you. Would you keep this between us until we can finish investigating? I can't really give you anything in exchange, but I promise we'll report back once we have everything straightened out. After that, you can tell anyone and everyone you want. Alright, I guess I don't mind. I am at least a little familiar with how a Spriggan works. You've been real kind to Lashkar too, so I think I can trust you guys. We really appreciate it. Yep, thanks for being so understanding. Just give us a bit and we'll be back with a full report, okay? Of course. I'll leave you to it then. So, what's your plan now? I think we still need some more intel. Let's see if we can find someone who might know about those two scam artists. Okay, I'm still here. Should I go upstairs? Should I go up into the observation deck? Should I go down? Interesting. Let's stay in the store and go upstairs. Just in case.
Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other
No,
various
it's the
shops
answer.
to peruse.
Not in the balcony. Okay.
Drop by the Vern store if you want to check out the hottest new commodity, the tea foam. It's a cutting-edge piece of orbital technology that's lighting
Taking a
Calvert
big
on
swig
fire.
of tea there.
You won't want to miss it.
There's no basement level for us. Is there anything down here in the plaza? Aha.
Oh, look! It's Mishy!
Good news, everyone.
Where?
Mishy
Don't be fooled.
made his way to Calvert.
Mishy is doing the Mickey Mouse dance.
Wishy with
That's
Mishy.
kind of hysterical. Make a wishy and dance to the beat with Mishy, everyone. Don't worry, you've got 2 left feet. No one's watching as much as you think they are. Doesn't quite look like Mishy. He looks like a pared down Mishy, doesn't he? Cast that shame away and let your instincts run wild. Wow. So some moneybags and Valis brought the rights to Mishy and freaked him into this? Feels kind of like an off-brand second cousin of the one at Michelin.
A movie theater, boutiques,
Is he even
and other
allowed to
various
be
shops
this
to peruse.
whatever it is? It sparked some controversy between fans, but this iteration of Mishy seems to be popular despite it all. Mishy's going to take some getting used to, and the kids seem okay. Oh, my sweet beloved Mishy, what have they done to you?
Good news, everyone.
That tall, gangly
Mishy
frame,
finally made his way
those
to
slick
Calvert.
dance moves, the odd, scathing quips. That
Pay him a
thing
visit
isn't the
today
same
and
Mishy
make a
who stole
wishy
my heart in
with Mishy.
Crossbell. And yet, here I am, calling back to see his shows anyway. The tragic tale of a pathetic Michelle. Darn, I lost the voice. Michelamite? Michellamite. Michellamite. I'm not sure that's the... Wouldn't Mishamite just be easier? I'd just stick an L in there? Oh, gosh, I didn't even notice this place
Here
before.
you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Their Eastern tea is
Ooh.
quite nice.
You have something? No, it's not
You'll
yours.
also find the Vern
Over
store,
here,
a movie theater,
upstairs,
boutiques, and other
slightly
various shops to
sideways.
peruse.
No. Not upstairs.
We hope you'll have a fabulous time here.
We're in the door, not through the window. There we go. We're in a bank. Hi there. This window offers financial planning advice as well as assistance with processing financial securities. can also purchase promotional merchandise for our bank here. Do let me know if I can be of service.
How can I help you?
Do I have enough money for that? Yes, I do. It seems like just the sort of wacky
Please,
thing I'll be
come
sorry
again.
I don't buy at the end.
How can I help you? Please come again.
No one else in here wants to talk to
Trion
us.
Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Still shopping.
You'll also find
Over
the
here.
Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and
Parlor.
other various shops to peruse.
Oh, it's a cafe. Oh, look who's here. It's Max.
Drop by the Vern store if you want to check out the hottest new
Not being very subtle, is he? Why, if it isn't Miss Elaine Auclair. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today. There's no need to fuss over me. My family no longer owns the business, after all. Perhaps so, but it's because of their efforts at the Quincy Corporation's founders that we're here today. What's more, I, like many of us, feel a great deal of respect for the way you righted the wrongs of our former president, your father, whom you were arrested and humiliated. Not that he didn't deserve it. Is that so? Headquarters has been restructured since then, and those of us working in the storefronts are making every effort to start fresh. So rest easy. We only ask that you watch over us in whatever way you're able. Of course, I may not be able to do so openly, but you have my full support. Now she can finally let out that breath she's been holding since we got in here. Yeah, I'm happy for her.
Hello there!
Ah, I'm going to regret it, aren't I? Buying that other thing. Must buy recipe. And now I'm broke, so must sell other stuff. And now I'm not broke. I can buy the pudding.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Whoops.
Let's move.
Okay, this first. Option button first. Then hit triangle. Then you can learn that. Nadia learned to cook something. I have a feeling she'll whine the entire time she's doing it. Oh, someone's outside looking in.
Good news,
Bridget.
everyone.
Hi, Bridget.
Mishy has finally made
Well,
his
here I
way to
am,
Calvert.
staring through Quincy Parlor windows once again. Everything looks as
Hey, let's
delicious
visit
as
today
ever.
And make a wishy
Oh.
with Mishy.
I'll never forget the first time I took a bite of their delectable tarts. No, I must suppress these frivolous thoughts. If I indulge myself that again, I'll be a mindless maiden by first light. What? Oh, mirrorless. Okay, mirrorless makes more sense. I totally read that wrong. It's like, what kind of tarts are they selling here? Maxim, hello. Oh, he's giving an interview. Moving on, with another competition just around the corner, where do you draw your inspiration? That's a good question. These days, my driving force is fueled by love and gratitude. For my car, for my team, for those out there in the stands, and for a few special others that are near and dear to me. I plan on carrying that on in the next race and showcasing my passion for this sport to the world. I see. As a matter of fact, many have been remarking on how your recent performances are stronger than ever before. The spirit of love and gratitude must be having a real tangible effect on you. Ah, you might be right about that. It could be because I've revised my training methods from the ground up. I've also begun doing research on just how to push the pedal to the metal even further. Is that so? Would you mind going into more detail? From what little Van has told me, I think I can guess who those near and dear ones are. Something to keep my eye on, I suppose. Don't do it, girlfriend. Totally cheated on you once, I'll do it again. Left you high and dry after you got pregnant, too. Do not fall for it. Top-level racing isn't something you can achieve through willpower alone. It's my belief that preparation is the key. That way, you can be at your best no matter what the road has in store for you. More sage wisdom from Maxim Lugan. Is that the secret behind your climb into the championship title? Amanda. The tea today is simply divine, and the cake has been baked to perfection.
Good news, everyone.
I expected no less of Quincy Parlor. Truly, this is a star fit for a queen, and for an elegant lady such as myself. Anyhow, I ought to finish this tea post-hay. If I continue to prattle on like this, the tea will go cold. I wonder if there's such thing as tea warmers. There probably are. Okay.
Welcome to the Liberal Boutique. They deal in specialty goods and souvenirs from the Liberal Kingdom.
I've never been to a place like this before. Whoa! Is that a model of the original Arcee?
Yes, it is.
That's a lot of acerbic tomatoes!
Also true.
We hope you'll have a fabulous time here.
There we go. Ooh, nice
All
shot.
our
What do you
products
have?
are shipped directly
More
from the
food.
Good news,
Wow,
everyone.
that's expensive.
Mickey has finally made his way to Calvert. Pay my
Oh,
visit
that's a
today
gift for
and make a
someone.
wishy with Mishy.
We'll be looking forward to
Accessing your schedule.
Okay, we're giving that to Van.
Gotta treat myself every now and then.
Well, cool.
your next visit.
Let's talk first.
Welcome to the Treon
Welcome.
Mall.
Our store offers some of the finest goods produced in the Liberal Kingdom. Might I suggest trying the frozen dinners? They're from a high-class restaurant in Bose called Anteros. Or perhaps an acerbic tomato would be more to your liking. We also have a figuring of a ZCF airship. It's too much. I'm getting some serious choice paralysis here. Actually, have you got any non-packaged Liberal Froll? I'd be super interested in that. Trying a recipe that's been passed down from generation to generation would give me a taste of what Liberals really like. Nadia, this is a boutique, not a restaurant. Actually, we have been thinking about opening an in-store eatery. Our plan is to hire someone who can prepare and serve some fresh Liberal cuisine. Well, that'll be fun. Later this game or next game? Oh, really? That sounds nice, he says politely. We'd like it very much if you visit us again once we've begun that service. Wow. And here I was thinking I'd throw you off your game by pointing out a missed opportunity.
One sec.
Off topic. The mall has a lot of shops carrying high-end goods. We should check and see if any of them are experiencing a scam similar to the one with the T-phones. Sorry, but could we bother you for a minute? Swin and the others told the clerk about the cheap T-phones and then asked if they'd seen anything similar happening with other products. Unfortunately, I don't believe I know much about cheap T-phones, and I haven't heard anything regarding scams on the high-end products either. The only product of ours that would be a potential target is our Grand Chardonnay. I don't think we've had any complaints or returns, though. I doubt we'd have any reason to worry there. Sounds like this store isn't being targeted, then. Yeah, a swing and a miss. But for a silver lining, I guess now we know that there's only one shop that's having issues. Well, now that I think about it, there's been one thing I found concerning. Recently, I've seen a couple of men posting flowers out in front of our store. It all just seemed a little suspicious. I noticed it sometimes on my lunch break. Can you give us any more details about them? I started seeing the two of them around at the beginning of the year. I haven't seen them today, but they're here pretty much every day from afternoon to evening. I often see the two of them discussing something while snooping around by the Vern Star. They seem to be handing out their flyers to people on their way out. I assume they've been discussing who to target before they leave the store. Huh. That's actually some really useful information. Wow, you sure are pretty observant for having caught all that. I don't think your average person would think twice about guys handing out flowers we're up to. On top of that, you're so refined and well-spoken, but not quite as stuffy as an aristocrat. Being so detail-oriented, it almost makes me think you used to work at a maid at someplace super fancy. You always have to do that. You're very perceptive. If you're capable of deducing all that, I assume you must be no ordinary customer either. That's right. When a mystery presents itself, I've got no choice but to solve it, as lazily as I can. It's all part of my detective saga. Who do you think you're fooling? Sega, I think. Saga? It's no problem. It's not as though I'm looking to hide it from anyone. When I used to live in La Burle, I worked in a city called Beauce that was famous for its commerce. I should know you, shouldn't I? While there, I was a maid for a gentlewoman who supported me quite graciously. Lilla. Lilla. Are you the maid from... the mayor's maid? I can't remember. It's been too long. I played the original, the first Trails in the Sky game on the PSP. I still have my PSP. It's broken, and I still have the Trails in the Sky, what would you call that, a cartridge? But obviously, I'm not playing it right now on my broken PSP. In fact, opening up this store was her idea in the first place. Oh, really? It sounds like that person she's referring to isn't just any noblewoman. Now that I think about it, isn't the mayor of Beauce a young woman? That's who it is! The blonde who kept working herself to death because she felt so responsible for everything. I've never been to La Burle before. Maybe I'll think about taking a trip soon. Oh yes, if you ever have the opportunity, please do. I think it would make for a lovely holiday getaway. Okay, I think we've got all the info we need. Let's go find a place to sort through the details. Hello. Aye, Captain. It's funny. I can remember Lilla, although vaguely, and in the last game, I'd completely forgotten. Oh gosh, and I've forgotten his name again. I just have a big blank spot where it comes to him. Zin's, the guy who was antagonistic to Zin. Walter. Such a simple name, too. I'm remembering the minor NPCs more than I'm remembering either the villains or some of the main characters in the earlier games. Anyway. Nadia. We sure did talk to lots of people. What a productive day. Alright, why don't we pick this up tomorrow and go catch a movie? We already saw a movie, girl. Let's throw work to the curb and get a little guilty pleasure in for once. You sure got an interesting sense of humor. Hey, your mouth says interesting, but your eyes say, I'm not amused. That's enough goofing off, I think. We should start going over everything we've learned so far. To start, we know that the two men who are handing out flowers have been... flowers. Yeah, my mouth is running out of steam. I'm going to have to stop this soon. To start, we know that the two men who are handing out flyers have been spotted between afternoon and evening. We also know that they were specifically targeting customers they saw expressing interest in T-phones, and who were walking out of the store deciding T-phones were too expensive for them, I guess. Then, they would sweet-talk them into purchasing a cheap T-phone as well as signing their contract. However, the phones themselves are fake. They're really just modified enigmas. There's also that boss lady the scammers are working under. We're probably going to have to make contact with her sooner or later. Yes, I agree. Which raises the question of how we're supposed to do that. I know we have one good option, but I'm a little reluctant to go down that route. Well, I don't think there's any getting around it, S. You two have something in mind? I'm glad you asked. I recommend we deploy Nana and S's Operation Number 18, ma'am, using a decoy to lure the perp out. I see. That would be a good way to probe them for answers. I don't mind doing it if we really have to. It's just... You know how rusty I am, so keep this premise from getting too elaborate, okay? Your request has been acknowledged. In fact, I've already got a plan. Blade Lady, you'll be our backup, so I want you waiting in the wings not too far away. As for you, S. Oh, maybe we should get some new outfits from that shop over there. I'll put together a look that'll totally bring out your eyes. Considering we don't know what the targets will arrive, I don't think we have time to waste shopping. Oh, Ash, you're no fun! Should I really be letting them handle this on their own? After that, Swin and the others found an appropriate place to wait for the two men to show up. Then, after 10 minutes or so, I'm so happy. It's been far too long since you and I have been on a date, hasn't it? So, what are you going to buy me today, darling? Oh, this is no time to be embarrassed, Swin. Right now, you just need to focus on getting your targets to believe we're a real couple. Well, since the company my father manages is doing so well, I think a little splurging can be arranged. He increased my allowance recently, so I figured, why shouldn't I buy something extra special for my honey bunny? Woohoo, that sounds exciting! What were you thinking of getting me? Something that's been on my mind for a while, actually. Wouldn't it be nice if we could talk to each other anytime we wanted? That's why I'm buying us both T-phones. Yay! Oh, darling, you're the sweetest. I have more than a few concerns, but they seem to be doing okay so far. Welcome. Are you shopping for T-phones today? Yes, my girlfriend and I would like to buy a pair. Let's just have a look at the price here, and 20,000 mirror each. It's 40,000 mirror for both of us. It would use up every bit of my allowance. What? You mean you're not going to buy me a T-phone, darling? I was so excited, too. I should have known better than expect you to live up to your word. Well, wait, I promise I'll get you one, honest. Maybe I can pay in installments? Is that an option? Why, of course, sir. Installments? Like some kind of poor person? Come on, darling, I thought you were cooler than that. Huh? Oh, I'm in a real fix now. Hey, there's a young couple checking out the T-phone section. What are they like? Easy pickings is putting it lightly. They wanted to buy a set of T-phones, but it looks like they couldn't afford it. Want to start with them for today? Oh, and I'm so excited too. You break all your promises. I don't want to go on any more dates if you're just going to lie to me. I'm sorry, honey bunny. Please Please don't say things like that. I'll get some more allowance from my father the next time he's in a good mood, I swear. My, what a lovely young couple you are. I think we might have just some info to share that'll pique your interest. Someone really likes that word. Well, this is very sudden. What kind of info? What's this? Cheap T-phones now on sale. All the rage. That's right. We're offering them at a highly discounted rate to specific customers only. While one of these incredible devices would normally cost you 20,000 mira, we can offer you the same product for a lowly 5,000 mira. 5,000 mira? No way. They have to be used or defective, right? Not at all. These are genuine brand new merchandise. However, there's a reason we're able to offer them so cheaply. We'd be happy to explain it to you over tea if you like. What do you say? Just between us, our supply is limited and our inventory is running pretty low. I don't know if you'll get another chance like this. Oh, how lucky for us! Let's listen to what they have to say, darling. Yes, I suppose we should. Looks like they've made contact. Keep it going, you two. Anyway, that's the long and the short of it. Even though our source is a little in the gray area, it's all completely safe and above board. The only issue we've been having is trying to keep up with demand. Personally, I think it'd be a real waste to let this opportunity slide. So, you interested? We really should buy them, darling. Like he said, there's limited supply. Having to sign a contract does make me a little nervous, though. Don't worry, it's not your average contract with all their bells and whistles. The only thing you have to do is keep it all a secret. I can't believe they're this cheap and you still won't buy them. You're such a wuss. Fine, I've made up my mind. We'll take 2 of them. Wait, actually, we'll take 4 more. We'll need them for my honey bunny's friends, too. That's 6 in total. Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. That's 30,000 mira, and I insist on paying in cash. You really are the best, darling. I love it when you get all spend happy. Ah, this is great. This will make our quota for today. Once we get the contract signed, let's head back and report this to the boss. Soon after, Swin signed the contract they provided and received 6 T-phones in return. Upon saying a quick farewell, the two men left Quincy Parlor. I'll go tell them to handle the rest as discussed. Oh no, do we have to do the tail thing? Right, thanks, Elaine. Seems like they bought it. I'm definitely out of practice. Well, I thought you were as good as you've ever been. We just need a little bit more time in the field. Maybe another couple of dates will fix you up, darling. Please stop. I thought I was going to keel over in embarrassment. Anyway, let's get to inspecting these T-phones. Couldn't you just wait a little longer to switch into work mode? You're right, though. You should be sure these are the same scam T-phones that the client bought. If I remember correctly, the lady at the fern store turned this part like this, and the inside looked like what we saw back then. Well, no, these are enigmas, too. Looks like he was right. The client was telling the truth after all. Yeah, let's find Elaine and see if we can catch those guys. Swin and Nadia left Quincy Parla and reached out to Elaine. They let her know that the T-phones really were fakes, made using enigmas. Elaine explained that she was still in the process of tailing the 2 men. They planned to meet up. Swin and Nadia boarded the subway and headed towards the Tyrell district. I see you made it. The men are over there. I'm glad I didn't have to track them. They were whispering about meeting their quota and going back to report to their boss. I was sure they'd be heading back to their hideout. Yeah, and standing out in the open sure isn't much of a hideout. I guess that means we gotta keep following them. Please don't tell me you're gonna start complaining again. We've still got work to do. You have plenty of time to rest later. You two are so pushy. They're on the move. Let's go after them. Yes, we're gonna have to do the tailing thing again. Follow the two men. Get too close to the targets, they will notice you. Conversely, if the targets stray too far, their trail will be lost. Maintain a safe distance while keeping the target in sight. Getting Squin here to go at a walk is a little difficult.
Three-point heat. Now playing at a theater near you. Take wing and soar above the court, and blaze a trail for those who follow. We embarked on a journey to reclaim what was rightfully ours.
What news?
The Saga of Ravana, the Return of the King. Now playing.
The Saga of Rabata, the Return of the King? Return of the King sounds a little rip-oshious to me. You just stay in your corners.
A story of blood-stained Earth.
Adds nothing to the game.
Band of soldiers managed to
I mean,
survive
seriously.
for 100 days. Now play.
I've got some
I don't know why we
delicious
have to
ice
go all
cream.
stealth mode on these guys. I suppose if I get to pull out a knife and garrote them in stuff, like good old solid snake, that might be fun. How did I lose them? They were right there. Oh, no, we'll try it again. From the beginning? Oh, crap. You know, this doesn't work in real life, right? I get these guys have super normal abilities, but still. The wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. I totally got spotted there. My contempt for this game. Not the game itself. I just don't like this mini game. Try again. I refuse to give up my SP just because I'm being lazy about the game. I thought I'd be able to hide behind the ice cream cart or the food cart. But no, I was not. Let's continue our solid snake impression by rushing over here and kneeling.
Seek out never-before-seen treasures as the curtain unfolds on an all-new adventure. The Adventures of Rockford. Golden Calamity. In theaters now.
Golden Calamity? Really sort of,
Three-point heat. Now playing in a theater near you.
shoot.
And soar above the court, and blaze a trail for those who follow.
Gotta wait for them to turn the corner before I go racing after them. Here.
Saga of Ravana, The Return of the King. Now playing.
A story of blood-stained Earth, and of how a young band of soldiers managed to survive.
Hi, guys.
Now playing.
They actually ran away that time. No, I'm going to try again. I thought, because they had the about to get away meter suddenly ramping up there, that we were supposed to jump them there. The answer to that is, no, we were not. And this is why I never play Metal Gear games. Yeah, I'm going to be kneeling right at your feet and you're not going to see me. Absurd. I'll do that again. Thing is, now they're beginning to look like they're getting away from us. So now they're not. Kneel over here. Oops, nope. He's got me. So I can't kneel at the car. Definitely a would not work in real life sort of mechanic. I'm hiding behind a step. Hi, guys. That was fairly absurd. Those doors lead to the Tyrell District Waterworks. Looks like that's where they're headed. I'll probably get into some scuffles in there. I guess I don't mind pitching in to help. Alright, let's corner them before they have a chance to escape. Green-haired man. And that's how we managed to hit today's quota early. So with that said, we've been working this area for several days now, right? Think maybe we could take the rest of the day off? Sure, why not? If you already hit your quota for the day, might as well pack it in, right? Do I know you from, like, Crossspell? Or am I imagining that? But you know what'll happen if you do, don't you? What are you getting at? You're right. It's important. I'll be more straightforward. You see, I have no shortage of others who are willing to put their nose to the grindstone for me. We're sorry, boss. We weren't thinking. You know, you've run operations like this all over Zemuria. We've nothing but respect for you. We'll keep working past your quota, so please, please don't replace us. Is that so? Well, if you're so passionate about it, then I suppose you better get back out there, wouldn't you? Yes, of course. We'll be glad to, ma'am. Whatever you say, ma'am. I think I know who this is. Sounds like textbook labor exploitation to me. Hey, you're those love-struck smugs from earlier. You followed us? Yep, that's us. Love-struck smugs? Now, bow before our romantic chemistry. Stop that. And would it kill you to deny the smug spit? We're here on business from a client that you defrauded out of Zemura. What, are you a Spriggan or something? Surprised I don't recognize your faces. And I see you've brought an A-rank bracer along with you. Just what do you intend to do with us? A-rank bracer? I didn't realize it before, but that's Beauty's blade! Damn it, you were working with those two all along. Just so we're clear, I'm not actually here on bracer business. But I also can't very well ignore it and an infamous counterfeiter and her accomplices. I filmed your entire conversation earlier on my cipher as evidence. We have a client that just wants his mirror back. You know, mirror you swindled him out of. What do you think, Miss Sweet Old Lady? Mind handing it over without a fuss? She's gonna fuss every single time. Don't get uppity with me, you little brats. It is her. The one in the crossbell games. Stalking other people and taking footage of them without their permission. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. There it is. Her world-famous tongue lashing. My ears can't take it. Sheesh, you're loud. And when do you get off lecturing us anyway, you old bat? I'm guessing that means you're not going to agree to our terms, then? You think you've won just because you brought an A-rank bracer along with you? I've gone through scenarios like this more times than you can count. You really think I wouldn't be prepared for this? Come out, boys. It's feeding time. She tamed these monsters. I don't think so. Their movement is erratic compared to wild monsters. I bet she just messed with their brains. She must have embedded a device for receiving command signals or something. I remember seeing a report on a similar case in the documentation we got from Van. I think it was about how Zect Arms modified monsters so they could use shard skills. That's right. I brought these pups from Zect Arms. They're trial-enhanced military monsters. You two, get in there. Teach these damn brats a lesson they won't soon forget. Right, we're on it. Oh, she's got his two kids on her side. We've got monsters. Even Beauty's blade is no match for these odds. Well, that might be true if these were actually just any kids. Yeah, it's fine by me if they don't know what they're up against. Just means less effort on our end. At least it saves us time arguing. Let's take them down.
Fight a group. Keep sharp.
Just try and take me.
Fine, let's play.
Well, we spent this entire session talking at people, but I guess now we get to do a little bit of action. Nobody has any Sepith, and we're still kind of beat up from that monster we fought previously.
Do your worst.
Yeah. Thanks a million.
I won't show any mercy.
Earlier being the previous session. What to do?
We should go on the attack. Too slow.
Our time to shine. Here's a pick-me-up. Hip boost.
I don't know, screwing with teddy bears is just so twisted.
You're going down!
I'll remember this.
I need to stop doing that. That's just a habit from the other games where you build up CP a lot easier. Do I want to try a charge boost? Sure, why not? Oh, actually, she's got one upcoming one, so I'll do two. Yeah, stop it! Keep hitting the wrong button. See, this will delay. I have enough. Silvery cross do.
Come and get me.
Seal. Mute. These guys don't look like they have proper zyphas, but maybe they do. Let's do that. Seal and mute.
Swin!
We can get everybody. Oh!
Certain arts work well.
Well then, let's do it.
Engaging skill. Wing!
Especially since the next guy's got a critical and they don't let us steal criticals anymore.
Knight of Asteria!
Boost gauge upgraded.
Seriously?
Ah, that did it. Just needed to get our CP up. Party status up, rank 3. Strength +5 to all party members. Nice. We can use the extra stats. Ugh. I didn't think they'd be so strong. I mean, it makes sense for her. Those kids are a nightmare, too. Well, that wasn't much of a fight. So, now we just have to decide how to deal with. She's gonna run. That's what she does. Come on, you nitwits. You remember what we planned, right? Right. Got it. Yep, run. What the? You're kidding. They're really going to make a run for it after all that? I have heard that she's known for her speedy getaways. I guess it's true after all. Not that I intend to let her go, of course. Let's move. Right. Gotcha. How come it's just us that got caught? There's no way the boss could be that fast, right? Well, we better see to catching that woman. Suppose I don't mind taking care of some old biddy. Leave this one to me. I guess those two idiots got themselves captured already. Ha 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 ha. As long as there's still ground beneath my feet, there'll always be somewhere for me to run. I'll just find another region to hide in until things blow over. I know you really like talking to yourself, lady, but you might want to watch where you're going. What is this? The jig is up. Turn yourself in. Damn. Fine. How about this? I'll give your client back all his mirror. In fact, I'll pay his fees for hiring you, too. I'll even pay back every single mirror of the 30,000 we took from you two. Good deal, huh? We can put this whole thing behind us. That doesn't sound too bad. But unfortunately for you, Spriggans aren't in the business of making friends with villains. Plus, I believe our client specifically asked us to give you... what for? Swin, Nadia, and Elaine took Nagaiza and the two men they captured back above ground. Nagaiza was forced to pay back the 30,000 mirrors Swin had paid earlier. They then called up their client to help decide how best to deal with the captive counterfeiters. You guys are really something. Can't believe you even caught the ringleader. Sounds like she's pretty famous for this sort of thing. Should we turn her over to the police? You fools. Hand us over to the police and you'll be found guilty too. That's why I offered to return your mirror in exchange for letting us go. If that's too hard for you to swallow, then you can forget about ever getting a single mirror back from us. What an attitude. You don't feel even the slightest bit regretful, do you? Refunding his mirror wouldn't be enough to absolve you of your crimes anyhow. I refuse to overlook what you've done. Well, the original request did ask to rake the culprits over the coals. But given that our client's here at the moment, we should probably let him decide how to deal with them. Deal with them, huh? Any suggestions? The guild could always turn them over to the police for you. We've been well aware of this woman's extensive criminal record for a while now. Getting her off the streets would be the most optimal solution. Plus, I'm fairly certain we could talk the police into bringing even more severe charges against her. You could do that? Actually, now that I get a look at you, aren't you Elena Claire? How's it feel to be a famous Blade Lady? The real issue is what comes after we turn them in. The guild is responsible for prioritizing the safety of civilians. It's our duty as bracers. Given that you were a victim of fraud, we should be able to push that angle to the police. Either way, we'll make sure they understand that you weren't at fault here, Ned, and that you needn't be interrogated. That being said, however, choosing to bring this police doesn't guarantee you'll get your money back. Especially considering some of the other victims have filed for damages, or none of the other victims have filed for damages. Exactly. But keep in mind this option does mean they'll be punished to the full extent of the law. I see. Though, if you're not totally sold on taking them to police, you do have another choice. Take them to the Trion Mall security detail. Security detail? Now that you mention it, I do remember Val's having some security guards on their payroll. Valis. Wait, does that mean their security firm is affiliated with the Marduk company? That's right. Let's just say I've been doing a little research on them lately. You see, Marduk regularly collects new data on criminals so they can use it to improve their systems. So instead of turning them over to the police, the security team will probably just make use of them back at headquarters. Oh my gosh, that's what I was thinking. You guys should go to the police. Make use of us? What does that mean? I've heard rumors, but I didn't think Marduk would go that far. If we go down that route, their security firm will probably compensate us for their negligence. But if you do give them over Marduk, they'll be back on the streets once they're done with them. There's a high risk they'll reoffend. I don't think I can personally recommend that option. Hey, we should be trying to influence his decision. So those are my options. Just have a few things to think over. To be honest, I'd be satisfied with either option. I'm struggling with which one to pick. Mind telling me what you think? I think police. You're asking me? Well, I think each approach has their pros and cons. I'm afraid they're going to be actually tortured if you give them to Marduk, though. We're giving them to the guild. I kind of think it would be better to send them to the police through the guild, though. You might not be able to get your mirror back, but at least they'll face their fair share of consequences. And won't be tortured. I see. It's settled then. I'll take your advice. Considering everything we just talked about, I'm sure there's plenty of others who fell victim to these con artists. It might be better if they're arrested so that the case can actually be investigated. Well, I say that, but my main reason for deciding to go to the police is that I know I'll be safe from interrogation. Either way, I think you made the right choice. No, but the straight and narrow is so boring. That's right, she actually has tortured people in her lifetime. She discussed it in detail during Trials 2 Reverie. Or Trials 2 Reverie? Oh, now I'm forgetting what the connecting word was. You know, this isn't the first, or even second, time I've been to prison, right? You better be ready when I get out of the slammer, because this old phoenix will rise again. And when that happens, the guild and the police will be right there to douse your fire. Let's head to the guild on Station Street. We could turn them in there. Yeah, That side quest was a lot longer than I thought it would be. And so Swin and the others went to Station Street and apparently dragged these guys along, bound, where they arrived at the Edith branch of the Branchers Guild. There, they explained the scam involving the T-phones and revealed the footage that Elaine had captured using her cipher. Magessa and her accomplices were then handed off to the guild to be summarily dealt with. It doesn't sound much better than torture. Phew, I'm glad that's over. Thanks for going to all this trouble for me. Maybe I won't get my mirror back, but I feel a little better about the whole thing. But we did nothing out of the ordinary. We only did what the guild would do. And by the way, it seems they intend to seek out a harsher punishment for the scammers. It's just as I said they would. I'm certain they'll work with the police to make sure none of the victims see any repercussions. Sounds like having the Blade Lady leading the charge helps smooth things over. Yeah, you know it. I think taking the honest path worked out for the best. This time. Of course, I owe you guys the biggest thanks of all. If I hadn't put out that 4 SPG request, I doubt I'd even considered going to the guild about it. There's no big deal. It's their job, after all. Just be careful not to get swindled next time. You're going to come across as an easy mark. Right. I guess I'll try to be more careful. After seeing Ned off, Swin, Nutty, and Elaine decided to get back to investigating the Orbital Network interference.
I hope I was of assistance.
Reward deposited!
We still got 3,000 mirror ourselves, so that guy's out 9,000 mirror total. And we're going to leave it here, because I need to get a cup of hot tea. I've already had all my other tea. And my voice has just about had it. So, tune in next time for the next thrilling episode. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good rest of your day.